heads, and dominion was given to it. After this I saw in the night visions, and beheld the fourth beast, terrible and powerful, and strong exceedingly. And it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with his feet. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it. And it had 10 horns. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another horn, a little one, before which 3 of the first horns were plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things. I beheld till thrones were placed, and one that was ancient of days did sit. His raiment was white as snow, and the hair of his head was like pure wool. His throne was fiery flames, and the wheels thereof burning fire. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands of thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000s times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened. I beheld at that time, because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake, I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed, and he was given to be burned with fire. And as for the rest of the beasts, their dominion was taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and a time. I saw in the night visions, and behold, there came with the clouds of heaven one like unto the Son of Man. And he came even to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him, and therefore was given him dominion, and glory, and a kingdom, that all the peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. As for me, Daniel, my spirit was grieved in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head troubled. I came near unto one of them that stood by, and asked him the truth concerning all of this. So he told me, and made me know the interpretation of the things. These great beasts, which are four kings, which shall arise out of the earth. But the saints of the Most High shall receive the kingdom, and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Then I desired to know the truth concerning the fourth beast, which was diverse from all of them, exceeding trouble, whose teeth were of iron, and his nails of brass, which devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with his feet. And concerning the 10 horns that were on his head, and the other horn which came up, and before which 3 fell, even that horn that had eyes, and a mouth that spoke great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints, and prevailed against them, until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be a fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all the kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down, and break it in pieces. And as for the 10 horns, out of this kingdom shall 10 kings arise, and another shall arise after them, and he shall be diverse from the former. And he shall put down 3 kings, and he shall speak words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. And he shall think to change the times and the law, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and half a time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and the dominion and the greatness of the kingdoms under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Here is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my thoughts much troubled me, and my countenance was changed in me, but I kept the matter in my heart. This is the reading of Daniel 7 from the Revised Standard. And I wanted to first start with this book, with this chapter, because it gives us an overview of the Antichrist. It gives us the summation or the concluding descriptions of the Antichrist. And I hope that you were able to see in this reading, and you probably, if you've read this before, you understand that the horns and the little horns, the beast, and the kings and the kingdoms are all described as the enemy of the Most High. Remembering from our definition of Antichrist, any person, spirit, or thing that goes against the Word of God, the Most High, any person, spirit, or action that is opposed to the Most High, and any person, spirit, or actions, thoughts, words, and deeds that try to take the place of Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, is the Antichrist. Recalling that we learned in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John that his primary goal, the Antichrist, the spirit of the Antichrist, is deception and doubt. We learned in John 10 and 10 that his main emphasis is to kill, steal, and destroy. How does he choose to do it? Typically through deception and doubt. If you can be made to doubt the Word of God, your end is death. If you can be deceived by the different methods and treachery of the Antichrist, then you will choose to follow and worship the Antichrist and turn away from God and his will and his ways. This has been the theme of all of our people, of all of the saints of God, the Israelites, the chosen ones, the elect of God. For so many years, we continue to be given the truth and we turn away from the truth. We fail to follow his commandments, doing his will and doing his ways. Those that have an ear, let them hear. And don't you know, there is a difference between hearing and listening. Hearing and listening. Why is it that today and throughout the years, People hear warnings, but they don't listen to the directions. They hear the warnings, but they don't heed the word of God. They hear the word, and yet they don't understand. The word of God asks, how long must you be taught these same things over and over and over again? I pray that we don't continue to fall in this pattern. But we're already seeing here some of the words that and descriptions that we said the Antichrist has. The beast, the little horn, the kings of Assyria, the kings of Babylon. We see here he's referred to as the deceiver and the oppressor of the Most High and the saints. We also see in this description throughout Daniel 7 that, yes, the deceiver, the oppressor of the saints will come against us. So it is very likely that there are those of us who remain during the days of the end will see the tribulation, will go through the tribulation, because it is not until the last trumpet that the resurrection and being caught up with Jesus in the sky comes. And we will further understand that later. So let us go on to trying to understand more words, more descriptions of the Antichrist by looking at Daniel 8. Daniel chapter 8 and verses 1 through 11. In the 3rd year of the reign of King Belshazzar, a vision appeared unto me, even unto me Daniel, after that which appeared unto me at the first. In other words, he's referring back to his original vision, and he's saying he received another one. And I saw in the vision, now it was so, that when I saw in Shushan the palace, which is in the province of Elam, and I saw in the vision, and I was by the river Ulai. Then I lifted up mine eyes, and saw, and behold, there stood before the river a ram, which had 2 horns, and the 2 horns were high, but one was higher than the other, and the higher came up last. And I saw the ram pushing westward and northward and southward, and no beast could stand before him, neither was there any that could deliver out of his hand. But he did according to his will, and magnified himself. And as I was considering, behold, an he-goat came from the west, and over the face of the whole earth, and touched not the ground. And the goat had a notable horn between his eyes. And he came to the ram that had the 2 horns, which I saw standing before the river, and ran up upon him in a fury of his power. And I saw him come close unto the ram, and he was moved with choler against him, and smote the ram, and brake his 2 horns, and there was no power in the ram to stand before him. But he cast him down to the ground, and trampled upon him, and there was none that could deliver the ram out of his hand. And the he-goat magnified himself exceedingly, and when he was strong, the great horn was broken. And instead of it, there came up 4 notable horns toward the 4 winds of heaven. And out of one of them came forth a little horn,